Do I call you Lady
You
Justice?
can just call me Justice.
Just Justice.
Just Justice.
Are we going to be talking about zombie Bader Ginsburg?
Sure. What's going on with zombie Bader Ginsburg?
Well, it was announced today. We've been following this story, correct?
Yes.
And I asked the question a few weeks ago, what happens when she stops showing up for oral arguments? Well, we have crossed that threshold. We've crossed that threshold. Every time this woman has a medical event, we are assured that she's on top of it, that she's doing just great. She's back to work immediately. Well, now she can't attend oral argument. She's not up to it. An oral argument is essentially sitting in a chair and listening. You don't have to ask questions. Now, according to that article a couple of weeks ago in Mother Jones magazine, she's been falling asleep openly during arguments for some years now, and she has found it very difficult to take one step down from the platform she's on in order to leave the room. One step. Now she can't sit in a chair. Now, I have some questions about this woman. How do we know that she's conscious? That's my first question. My second question is, how do we know she's even alive? That's a serious question, and I'll explain why it's a serious question. Apparently, she voted recently on a decision, cast a deciding vote, I believe it was, from her hospital bed. Well, there seemed to be some confusion about how this happened. Or again, whether she was conscious, because she just had a major operation. In other words, who was voting for her? Do her law clerks vote for her? Has she given a proxy to the other left-leaning justices of the court? How can we get an independent verification of the status of this woman? I understand that one of the justices had a stroke in the 1970s and was eventually stopped from voting by the other justices. But you see the situation that, that orange bad man, orange Cheeto Hitler, is about to transform the United States into something worse than Nazi Germany. And apparently the only thing standing in the way is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. If we proceed from the principle of by any means necessary, then it would not be ridiculous for this woman being non compos mentis or even being dead to be withheld. Does that sound ridiculous to people?